Now, in your experience, what is the biggest mistake filmmakers make when looking for financing? Because there are many.
Yeah, you could write a book on it, sure. I would say we had the number of filmmakers who reach out to us saying, "This is the next
Oh,
XYZ project."
yes.
It's just wrong, and it's not to be arrogant or rude that maybe you could have written the greatest script in the world. Yeah, I won't say who exactly the name is. I'll just say a top literary agent at the largest agency, the most important agency in the world. We were at lunch with them recently, and they said, you could have the best screenplay in the whole world, and not one person gives a shit who can actually make a decision anymore. They don't care. It has to be package based. It has to be cast is on, director's on. Here's what the budget looks like. Here's the finance plan. Here's how we've mitigated it by bringing in this number of sales. Here's how much capital has been raised to sort of hit this threshold. That's a good presentation. A bad presentation is, this screenplay is amazing. Can you please have your team read it and get back to me in 48 hours. I need to go into production by this time frame because I have this actor who wants to do it, and his best friend is my best friend's cousin. And you hear that stuff 15 times a week, and you just know those filmmakers are going to have a really challenging time making that movie. And no matter how much you tell them that, they still want you to get on a phone call and basically just regurgitate. You can already lead them to on our website that sort of guides them through, here's what you need. They'd rather get on a phone call and try and convince you that no, this is different. And I think that's the biggest mistake, is believing that the IP itself is somehow going to convince someone like us, who effectively are an institutional financier, to take risk. And I mean, we see Angelina Jolie projects, Charlize Theron projects, Edward Norton projects. It doesn't matter. You still have to pass on it if the deal doesn't make sense. We're not here to lose money. I'm not here to have just credits. I want to have a business that is sustainable and built for the long term. And I think filmmakers are so driven by making that movie. There's lots of producers, and I'm sure you know them too. They'll say anything to get a deal.
Yep.
And it becomes your job to filter both there's sort of two things, right? There's the passion of the filmmakers that hopefully they have good intentions from the outset when they believe the content is that good. I'd say that's mistake number one, is not building the elements when they make that initial presentation. And then the second biggest mistake is just how much this industry attracts people that are scam artists. Oh. And I think what ends up happening ultimately is you've got people that have good intentions, but the desperation of getting something made leads them to do bad things. And then once they've done that once or twice, it's a lot easier to tell someone a half truth or a quarter truth than it is to actually be honest. And that's a big part of our job, is dealing with people that are talking out of one side of their mouth today and another tomorrow. And that's really challenging.